And good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. D Scraps, E Scraps. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Scrappy D. So, I have here a Dell PowerEdge 2950. Ooh, that's going to be an older one, I think. I shouldn't guess. These are pretty straightforward. They're not hard to get apart. There's not a lot of fiddly little screws to deal with. Okay, so it's been a while since I've done one. I think I've done one of these since last summer. Just a word to the wise, these things are heavy. You definitely want to get the power supplies out, and you can take the hard drives out as well. That will take quite a bit of weight off before you try to lift it up. As per usual, I'll start with getting the wires out of the way, so it'll give me a little room to maneuver. There you go. Hoo-hoo-hoo. This was the one I'm working on with the guy who does data center. He doesn't destroy them. He leaves that for me. He upgrades IT equipment, and I bought, literally, when I say a truckload, I mean a truckload. He's got one of those, got a storage container that is chock full of e-waste. And he really gave me a very good deal. I will make a nice little profit on it. He's somebody I hope I can work with more in the future. You know, I don't like to have to go buy e-scrap. I like when I can get my own, but you gotta be able to keep the money flowing and the scrap flowing too, so you have to really have a couple of people who you can work with. You know, he's selling it to me at a price where we're both going to make money. He got it for free, and I got it for a very, very good price. I know this is part of why I've been doing these videos. If you get a chance to work with somebody like that, and they are going to want a little something, I don't want you to overpay. That's why I've been doing this whole series of videos on very specific items, so you have some idea what's in there, and you have some idea what you can offer your supplier. Alright, this is shielded RAM. My guess would be it would be fine. It's been kept indoors, but again, I just am very leery about reselling things that I can't test. This is Kingston. I know it's a good brand, but it is shielded. It pays a little bit less. You can get these brackets off if you so choose, and that's not for me right now. I'm going to have to take these heat fans out because the board is all the way back here. So let's see what else we can find. I haven't run across the plate with the date on it, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. So yeah, I'm trying to get the last of these out of the truck. I would love to be able to stop at the scrapyard and dump my light iron. Probably make a whopping $5. And I do have quite a bit of dirty aluminum, so hopefully that will give me a little cash to get out to Bethel. I do want to fill the tank up. It's supposed to snow again tonight. So this is a backplane board. Not one of the better ones, but you know, I know when I do my bin of backplane boards, I got to get the bracket off, of course. But I know there's also quite a few really good backplane boards in with the lesser quality ones, and it'll offset nicely. I'm not like this is a pretty nice one. There's a lot of gold pins in there. Nice tantalums on the back. So that's gonna offset this, so to speak. It isn't great, but it is a backplane board, and it's all about, you know, weight and making sure that overall you got a good load to go in. Okay. Get the battery out. I'm supposed to go out to cable management tomorrow, and they do have a... Yeah, I've got my little batteries over here with their little friends. They will dispose of those for me. The town transfer station will dispose of them as well. Now, Dell computers usually have lots of little blue tabs to be pushed or pulled or prodded. They make it easier to get in and out of the computer. And that's something I really do like about Dell. This is some type of daughter card. It had its own RAM, so it's either a processing card or a daughter card. That will have to be taken out of here. Sometimes it's just a matter of just dig in and start pulling. I went out today to try to negotiate with my shipper to see if we can do anything about the shipping rates. That's even out of his control, and I've been working with him for 20 years since I opened the music school. It's really expensive. I mean, the cheapest way to do this is you pack it yourself and you bring the box over to you to the post office. That is your cheapest shipping option, and I have been investigating everything. So that is why it's important to know the value of what's in your box. You gotta make sure you figure shipping. Just figure it's going to cost you $1 a pound to ship. There's no way around that. So if you're putting things in to the box that cost, you're going to get 40 cents a pound for, you're losing 60 cents a pound to ship it. And that doesn't make sense. So, what are we caught up on here? This thing maybe? I have no intentions of reselling any of this. The technology is old. Push there, see the blue tabs? I love Dell. Again, you want to make sure you get all the wires that you can. Your wires are really good value. This has a flip out switch. Now this also is a backplane board. This is a much better backplane board than this. So, you know, they offset each other very nicely. It'll be fine. And this has really nice gold pins on it. So that's going to be a good board for my buyer. You don't want to jeopardize your relationship with somebody by shorting them or cheating them. It's not worth it. Why would you do that? If they're not happy with what you're sending, yes, they will try and teach you. First, they'll say, hey, you know, here's how you do this, here's how you do that. This should have been that, blah, blah, blah. But if they catch you depopulating your boards or fibbing about what's in the box, I'm telling you, they're going to catch you because they have to count everything. They don't want to get cheated either. So don't do it. It's not worth it. It's also just plain old not nice. There's some nice gold connector ends. I'll put those aside. I'll probably fuss with this later, although I would like to get this card off and see what it actually is. But I'm prioritizing on the boards right now. and because I'm using an outside shipper, I am sending all of the same kind of things in a box. For example, the box that I'm working on now is going to be all high-grade telecom. Maybe the next box will be low-grade telecom. Maybe the next box will be gold-fingered cards. So they're going to be packed individually. Board Sort doesn't like when you mix up everything. It takes it longer for them to count, and they're paying for sorted e-scrap. It makes it easier for me because I know exactly what I sent. So the sooner they can process it, the sooner I'm going to get paid. I like that part. Again, that's just what works for me. Sometimes I'll top off a box with maybe a pound of RAM or a pound of Goldfinger cards or something just to, maximize my value because shipping's not cheap. But I don't, generally speaking, like to mix it all up. And especially now with somebody doing my packing and shipping for me. Part of it, not all of it, just some of it. I've got to get this big order. This big order's got to get processed. Wow. Wow. Now I'm sure this is an older Cisco, an older board because look at that. Those are beautiful gold pins. There's some beautiful gold pins here too. There's some gold pins here. I could cut that off as a connector end. Wow. Wow. I'm dying to find the plate with the date on it. I'm dying to find out what year this was made. The last ones I've been working on were 72 something or others. And this one is a 2950, so I'm guessing it's older. Yeah, these fans, there's really no resale in them. They're not even really taking them to shred much anymore. You can try to knock the plastic off and try and get your yard to give you small copper motors. That's something I have to check with cable management when I go next time. I have to get this out of the way because I have to get at the board. So that can go over there. These are copper aluminum heat sinks. There's copper and aluminum. They are paying 20 cents a pound currently at cable management. I am holding them. That to me is not an acceptable price. I'm not mad at them. They have it right up there. This is what we're paying. I feel they should be paying more, so I will hold them. I don't have to sell them. And I'm not mad at them. That's, that's their pricing. I don't want to sell it at that price. So I've got a tub of them down there. I am on the fence about processing these out for the copper. It's dirty and it's very dangerous. It means using an angle grinder and it means having to be outside. And number one, it's cold, and number two, I am here alone, and power tools should be used when you have the company of other human beings. So, you know what? It doesn't have to get done right now. I'd really rather sell them as is. Now, this is cast aluminum for sure. I could, if I wanted to, if I chose to. I can recover this copper if I want to. That's beautiful, beautiful copper. And then still throw the rest of this in with copper aluminum radiators. Again, right now, that's not something I'm interested in doing. It can wait. What I want to do right now is get these damn computers out of my yard and out of my truck and everything else. I want to process that, and I want to process the boards. But that really is that's some nice copper. I don't think it would be too hard to get off. Remember, copper dust is extremely toxic. You've got to wear a mask, you've got to wear goggles, and you really should do it outside. Don't do it in your house. You'll have copper crapper everywhere. Notice where I'm holding it. I do not expect this to be an I-core or an I-series. I expect it to be a Xeon. Just in case. Or a core, might even be a core. Intel Xeon. So, I'll hold on to these. I've got a couple of I-core chips over here for the test and sort program. And I am new to selling to board sort. Well, I'm not new. I mean, I've been aware of them for quite some time. Anybody who does this business really has to be aware of them. Until fairly recently, I had a local yard I was working with that I trained how to do e-scrap. Taught them, trained them, and, got shown the door. But, it's okay. Because now I can do this, and you know what? I'm enjoying this. But it now means I have to ship my stuff out the board sort. And that's fine. I have no problem with doing it. They pay very well. It almost, if I look at what my local yard is paying for the same scrap, or even Rockaway Recycling, Tom on the iScrap app, they're very good. They're very fair, but it's a drive. And for me right now, I need to turn over. I want to get rid of the stuff as quick as I can. Okay. It's just me, though. That doesn't, Oops, that is a Torx. And I'm going to have to get these off because they're holding the board to the frame. Matter of fact, this whole unit is Torx. Okay. Let's see if I can find a Torx bit. I might have to pause that because I don't know where my Torx screwdriver is right now. Let's hope. Yep. Number 10 usually is the proper size. November 2006. Wow, told you this was old. November 8th, 2006. It's stamped over here on the inside of the case. Wow, told you it was an oldie. The older they are, the better. Kind of like me. The older I get, the better I get. Right. Made in China? Hey. Everything was made in China. Oh, shit. Yeah. We're expecting more snow today, an instant repeat of last week on Thursday, which means my poor Thursday kids are probably going to get their lessons moved again or have to do online. I really don't like doing online teaching, but it's not as bad because they see me in person every week anyway, so, if we have to do once in a while online, it's not so bad. I'd rather do that than have them go another week without a lesson. Sorry, I know this part's a little tedious. I apologize. I haven't quite figured out the fine art of fast forwarding all this stuff yet, and editing and all that stuff. I've got to get a better setup than just my iPhone camera. Well, please like and subscribe, because that's important to me. Because if I'm doing well, then I'll go ahead and I'll get better equipment. But if I'm going nowhere, then, well, it was fun. But I'm not going to go buy more equipment. Some people say, well, go buy the equipment so you look the best from the, well, yeah, you know what, for what I'm doing right now, this will do. I've got the office set up, and I've got my Mac up there, and my next thought would be to use the Mac computer to do the recording of my YouTube videos. I think it'll make a better video, and maybe I can do more with it. Again, that's something else I'm learning. There's certainly plenty of cool stuff out there to do. I like learning new things, so it'll be fun. I can add video editing to my repertoire, resume, whatever. Okay, so when I do finally get this out of here, this is an example, and I do not see a lot of these. Matter of fact, this is the first metal one like this I've seen. This is a small metal socket because I can't fit a quarter in there. But this is a dual small metal socket motherboard. That is a very unusual find. I have not seen many of these. I've seen them in plastic on an AMD type board. I've never seen them on this. I knew they exist because there was a category for them, so that they had to exist. Well, it was going to be cool. I don't know the price off my head. I know it's on the Board Sort website. Now, like I said, Cable Management and Rockaway, they pay okay, but I have to drive. And Rockaway is probably an hour and a half for me. And even then, Board Sort still pays better. So I'm going to have to figure. I have to figure out how to get these risers out. I think I've got to get in there with a wrench and twist them off like that. But that's going to be time consuming, and I really don't want to do that on video. It'll take too long. But these have got to get undone. I did just manage to loosen it. What I've got to do is get a, what do you call it? I got to get a thingy with a hex head to go on this thingy and unscrew this thingy, and then I can get the thingy out of the computer. I can't remember what it's called. Oh my god. I know I have them, but again, that's just... I almost want to say impact socket, but that could be what they're called, but I think impact sockets are... I don't know, but that's an impact wrench, so... Don't know. Anywho, I'm going to probably wrap it up here. I've got to get the power supplies out. I should have done it before I lifted it. And, boy, these are heavy as. I should just pull out, but they didn't, which is why they were still sitting in the car. Yeah, so there's 2 power supplies in here. I'll sell them as power supplies without wires. They look sort of like this. And as I said, since we've already decided that this is going to go as either a telecom board or a dual socket, small metal dual socket motherboard, that's specifically for servers. So I will sell this under that category. It's just a category unto itself. So dual small socket, small metal socket, green motherboard. I think that's about it for this. Try to get the brackets off. There should be another, probably a VGA chip or a flat pack underneath there. There's not really too much left here for me to make it interesting. This is all. The rest of it is just fiddly, time consuming, like getting the risers off and things like that. There's hard drives in the front. I have been asked to dismantle these, and I certainly will do so. Yeah, I can't see the front on this. This does not say SATA on it. So potentially, again, when I get everything off of here, I'll SATA low-grade hard drive board. I'll process all of that. So yeah, there's there's some more work to do here. I just wanted to try to show one more server to you. Yeah, it's going to take me some work to get this board out of here. I have 10 more of these in the car, so. Alright, my friends. Thanks for keeping me company on another exciting computer scrapping adventure. Hostess with the mostest, Scrappy D. Stay warm, stay wonderful. God bless you. Mwah.